Hello, my name is Casey Shea from Project Make at Annalee High School, and today we're going to talk about the safety and basic usage of the vinyl cutter. I think the vinyl cutter is the number one tool that schools should consider when they're starting out a make program or are interested in making things for a couple of reasons. It's relatively cheap. As far as CNC tools go, it is the easiest to learn, easiest to use, and by far the safest. Also, it provides immense practicality for schools in terms of signage and banners. You can make things at a fraction of the cost of buying it professionally, and you can actually pay for this machine in just a couple of jobs. Okay, the vinyl cutter cuts by using this little tiny blade to cut through rolls of adhesive vinyl, and it just will cut the line. You have to do some manual adjustment, peeling off the vinyl that you don't want. It's called weeding. To drive the vinyl cutter, we need to start a program called Sign Cut. So under the start menu here, we'll find Sign Cut. Opens up onto this lovely logo of Sign Cut. We need to open the file from within here. I'm going to do a Project Make logo. We need to do vector files. The vinyl cutter only works with vector files, and it traces the lines. You can't always see all of the cuts on the main screen, so a good feature is to go look at a preview. You can preview one copy. It'll show you that the vector lines that the cutter is going to travel, and that's useful if you can't really tell a couple of details on the screen, or if you're checking your orientation. It also just gives you an idea of how the machine actually works. Travels along these blades, lifts the blade up while it's going from letter to letter. It gives us the size, 4.5 by 8, and it gives us the orientation. We can switch it to where it rotates 90 degrees based on how we want the image to cut on the vinyl. So these are the pinch rollers that we open to be able to feed the vinyl. They will adjust for whatever size vinyl we have in there. Okay, we've got our image ready to cut. Now we need to get the machine set up. What we do is grab a bit of vinyl out of the stack right here. This piece will do. I can actually go out of a roll, but I think for this I'm just going to use this little remnant. I load the vinyl from the rear. So in the rear of the vinyl, I bring it up through the front, and these clamps are pinch rollers that help keep the vinyl straight. When they're up, they're open. I just need to get my vinyl straight on here, and I use some of the guides on the machine. If the vinyl's not cut real straight, a nice straight cut, it's a little tricky. You can sometimes sight it back down the back to make sure that it's not crooked. If the clamp is here, then it's not going to have enough friction, and you can lose your control. So I've got my vinyl loaded up. I'm going to turn it on now. The switch over here on the left. The first step is to adjust the origin. We do on the screen, it comes up highlighted local. We enter the local mode and move the arrows left or right. The little short bursts will move it to what's going to be the lower left-hand part of our image. That's pretty good. I want to be as efficient as possible to get down the corner. It's going to start at the lower left-hand and cut up this way. So I've got my origin set. I hit select and then enter for the current position. Goes back to local mode, and that is where the cutting is going to begin. The settings that we can adjust on here, speed and pressure, control the speed and the force, the downward pressure on the blade. Condition of the blade sometimes affects it. This regular vinyl right now, we're going at about a speed of 300 millimeters per second, which is actually a good top speed anyway. And the pressure seems to be good at about 26 grams right now. Different materials like our heat press vinyl or thicker vinyl might take a different pressure setting, up to 50 or 60. It can get set up to like 800 grams or something and really destroy vinyl and not be good for the blade. So it's important to keep track of those. Next step is to come back to the computer and we will tell it to cut out. So I'm gonna go up here to File, Cut Out, and it brings me up a screen that has a whole bunch of different information. The only thing that really matters to us now is a weeding frame. We're going to use that so that it will cut a little rectangle border where the blue dashed line is on our screen. That will make it easier for us to remove the vinyl. 99% of the time we're going to use that. If we don't want it, we can just uncheck it, but like I said, it's a good thing. And now we're just going to hit Cut Out. So the weeding process, we want to take away the material that we don't want. For this, I'm going to take away the letters and leave just sort of like a stencil. So I'm peeling off the inside of the letters. I could also reverse this, peel away the outside and just have the letters remaining. Depends on what effect you're going for. So I'm just using the tweezers to grab on the inside of the waste part, actually dig into it, and then peel away. So to actually put the vinyl, place it on the object that we want to stick it, I'm going to just take a scraper again, make sure all the little pieces are actually stuck onto the transfer tape. Start it gently, make sure that the pieces are coming off, especially the insides of the letter have a tendency to stick on the backing paper. If you find that something's not coming off, you can just roll it back and give it another scrape to nudge it to come off. So I want to place it wherever I want it. If I were making a banner, I'd probably put down some guidelines or some tape to make sure that I had it nice and straight. For this, just going to put it on. Scrape again now to really activate that adhesive on the surface that I'm going to try and have it remain on. And then gently peel off the transfer tape. And our sticker stays. Ta-da! But there we go. A brand new Project Make sticker on our brand new air filter.